What's up, YouTube? Teamception here with a ban list prediction kind of thing. I watched one of Caesar's videos as well as some others, so I figured I would do one of my own. There's a few cards that I'm going to basically explain, as well as a couple of my own personal opinions that I would like to see on the ban list, but probably won't happen. Yeah. So first I want to talk about is Rescue Cat. It's likely to be banned, maybe not, because Japan isn't really going crazy with Rescue Cat because they don't really have all the X-Saber stuff they need to basically use the same decks as we do. So it may not get banned, but I honestly think it's bannable now. I mean, there's like no wrong plays with it whatsoever. The only way you can play it wrong is putting it in defense mode or summoning two monsters that you can't really use at all with it. Is basically the only way you can't. That's the only way you can mess that up. So basically that's the reason why I think Rescue Cat should be banned. It's just too good right now in the TCG. The next one is something that I don't think should be banned, but people keep bringing it up, so I figured I would talk about it. Brain Control. Everyone says that it's a Saki card, that it wins games and blah 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 blah. I haven't seen a Brain Control actually win a game. Like, I haven't seen someone say I played Brain Control and attack for game. I haven't seen that happen in a long time. Probably not since it was first limited, or just before it was limited. So I honestly don't think it should be banned, but I guess in a way it is pretty good. I mean, you can splash it basically into any deck and just take their monster for a turn and do whatever you pretty much want with it. So I guess in a way it can be banned, but I honestly don't think it will. Next card is Infernity Launcher. I'm not entirely sure about this because I think Caesar had suggested something about banning Archfiend, which would pretty much kill off Infernities altogether. I actually sort of agree with that. Launcher can then stay at 3. There's no way of like mass searching it out in a single turn. Infernities putting Archfiend at 1 is kind of pointless with Infernity, Inferno, Dark Grepher, and so on. It's still easy to put it in the graveyard even if it is at 1. The only harm that putting it at 1 would do is if they ended up getting it removed by DD Crow or Krebis, which really doesn't do much anyways. I mean, it slows down Infernities, but it doesn't exactly stop it. I actually know a few people that side in Burial just in case. Same with Return from a Different Dimension. So basically I think that if Archfiend does not get touched, Infernity Launcher should either go to 1 or it should go to 2. 1 most likely, just that way you can't spam it and Archfiend can stay, a part of the whole, dump to the graveyard thing. But otherwise, I think it needs to get, otherwise I think it can stay at 3, but that's only if Archfiend doesn't get banned. So yeah. Basically, as I was just saying, Archfiend, it should either get banned or it should stay at 3, depending on what happens to Launcher. If Launcher doesn't go to 1, then Archfiend should be banned. But if Launcher stays at 3, then I think Archfiend, I already explained that. So yeah, basically, next card is Mass Driver. Frogs really aren't that big of a problem, if you ask me. I mean, people citing crevices and DD Crows. The last regionals I went to, I had no problem against Frogs. I went 2-1 against them. First round he OTK'd me. The second 2 I had crevices and he just couldn't do anything about it. So that was basically that. But Mass Driver OTK like first turn is kind of ridiculous. Having that kind of power to do that. I didn't pull up a tab for the frog things, so I would probably say that Ronin Totem should be limited as well. If not, Substitute, just because that way it would slow down the deck a little bit. Excuse me. Next is Fall Troll. Since Cat would be banned, I figured Fall Troll would be something else that would need to be touched. With Cat banned, I don't think Fall Troll is that big of a deal, but it's still kind of, ridiculous if you can just spam 3 in a single turn like Great Shogun Shine with Sam's. But this also gives you a free tuner basically back from your graveyard to instantly synchro with one of your other monsters, pretty much making it really retarded. So I figure that putting it at 2 if Cat gets banned is best. Otherwise, I think it should go to 1. this should be a fairly obvious choice. Naturia Pineapple is confirmed to be an exclusive in the next set, as well as Naturia Bamboo Shoot. Both basically the entire deck is based around having all plants and beast monsters, and with Raikou, Hamster, Naturia Pineapple, Bamboo Shoot, and stuff, Dandelion's just going to become too ridiculous. I think it needs to just go back to one. I really don't want it to, but you know, it's kind of mandatory now. So yeah, the next card's kind of a personal one. Destiny Draw. It's now basically masked to everyone. I mean, everyone in God's name has a D-Draw now. Gold 3. I mean, I have 9 in total. Same with Malicious. I think it should go back to 2 just because it will give Absolute Zero decks, some more speed. And stuff like that. It also gives the D-Hero engine back. Hurting Frogs, I guess, in a way would give some power back to Monarchs with the D-Hero engine. It's a personal opinion. If D-Hero doesn't go back to 2, I think Allure should. That way at least dark decks have a little more speed. It gives Black Wings a little more power. But I guess in a way that wouldn't happen either because of Pot of Duality. That's kind of a big thing in Japan for Black Wings and stuff. So that's part of the reason why I chose this over Allure, is because this is more theme related, and I mean, in a way, I guess it gives the engine decks an equal amount of speed, but still, I think that with Upstart Godwin it's pretty much the same thing. So yeah. Another card I would like to see get touched, I don't have a tab up, but that was kind of all my tabs that I had up, is Emergency Teleport. If D-Draw doesn't come back to 2, I think E-Teleport should. It would bring kind of like a Psychic Monarch thing to fruition. It'd be kind of interesting to see too, but I'm not entirely sure. Trying to think of anything else that should be, brought back. Let's see here. I kind of want Solemn to go back to 3, but that's obviously never going to happen. Another thing I'm kind of thinking of is Tsukuyomi. It's actually very interesting against like Monarch decks and stuff. It puts their Monarchs face down and allows you to trample over them. But that's kind of a personal one. Another card that I'm highly actually thinking about is Destiny Hero Disc Commander. If D-Draw doesn't get touched or whatever, it would be kind of interesting to see Disc Commander come back. But I guess in a way that means Call of Honda would probably need to be banned. I would think that Limit Reverse would have to get touched as well, just because everyone in their right mind was using 3 Limit Reverses, Call of the Haunted, Premature, and Monster Reborn way long ago. So yeah. A card like E-Teleport, Last Will, in a way, I kind of would like to see that come back too if E-Teleport got banned. Just because it's kind of the same thing but slower. Whenever a monster on your field is sent to the graveyard, you search out a 1500 or less monster. To my knowledge, there isn't any level 4 tuner monsters that have 1500 or lower. So you basically use a level 3 or lower tuner monster with something you have on the field already. And, that'd be kind of interesting. Let's see here. Time Seal kind of seems kind of stupid since you can't really do the loop without Tsukuyomi. I honestly don't know why it's remained on the ban list. Same kind of with Metamorphosis. I mean, I know how easy it is now to basically get out a level 8 Synchro Monster and sacrifice it, but I think it would be kind of interesting to try it out for another format now, but I'm not entirely sure. It's kind of a noob choice, I guess. It's just something I miss playing. But I'm not sure exactly on everything else that I would want off the list. But everything I've stated so far is pretty much everything that I would like to see happen or think that should happen. I'm almost out of time, so I guess I'll basically end this now. This is basically a discussion too, so if you don't like what I say, that's fine. I don't care. Just don't start flaming or whatever. So yeah, rate, comment, subscribe, all that good crap. Peace, YouTube.